Yo, it's crack lacking, folks. You know who it is. This is what I've been working on for the last couple weeks. I didn't want to come out the gate, like make a video like on day one, because I usually come out with a lot of gusto and then, abandon the project shortly thereafter. But more or less, it's I want to start doing like real service, like B2B agency stuff. Not SEO related, because I always found like that when I would try to do SEO for like other companies, it just wouldn't work out because enterprise SEO is much different than like niche site SEO. So it just never worked out. So I'm like, what did I like doing when I was in those like W-2 or contract roles? Oh, I always liked getting in and setting up things in their CRM, setting up email automation and marketing automation and sales automation and doing sales enablement, talking to one of the sales guys and be like, hey, like, here's these emails that you're sending out that are just a big block of text that no one's reading. I'm going to write you one that's like 4 sentences long. Try it out, see if you get more responses, and inevitably they would. So doing stuff like that. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Next, I have a few things written out here, just kind of what I'm going to be working on in October for this. I have, I guess, the USP, the unique selling point, proposition, whatever, is speed. Because all these things are like, once they're implemented and working, the return is much faster. So it's like we can stretch this out for 12 months, but one, it's going to cost you more to take it 12 months, doing the bare minimum every month to stretch that. Or we can do it in 2 months and it'll cost you less and you'll see like an immediate return on your stuff. So that's kind of my idea as far as pricing goes. And like that's it, like speed. Go fast. Like, let's get this up and running. Because in all actuality, like 80% of anything any company you do this for will be like the same, templatized, boilerplate, so to speak. Like, it's going to be the same. Lead scoring is going to be the same. Yes, there's going to be adjustments to numbers, but setting up lead scoring is not a terrible, like, oh, we got to start from scratch. No, we'll start at 7 and get our way to 10. Same with I don't know any other thing. It's all very, a welcome sequence is very much, hey, here's the technical. All we got to do is now just craft up the actual written part. But you don't got to start from zero and be like, how soon should we send this out? Should we do it every day or every other day? No, we're just going to boom, do it. So yeah, some of the things I'm going to be working on, like I said, website stuff, and that's just, your basics. I got a bunch of things already set up on there. I still got to create a few more service pages for basically every other service. I have like one, same kind of thing. Like, as I just said, it's kind of templatized where it's like the service page, it just needs to be copied and the text changed out and the images changed out, and that won't take a lot of time at all. The pricing page, I do want to have like an actual true, like, here is what you will pay price page. I want to put a calculator on there where, like, the same calculator I would use to calculate how much it would cost. I want them to have it so they can know exactly what it is, not reach out to sales and set up a call type thing, because that irritates me. Imagine it irritates a lot of people. So get that all set up. Pretty cool, because I only have one service page set up, but it's already like indexed and it hasn't got any clicks through like Google or Bing or anything like that, but it's indexed, it's showing up. I'm getting, every day my search console is populating with searches that people are doing, and they might not be clicking over to that page, but it is showing up, so I'm getting more information that way. Let's see. Lead magnets. I'm crafting a lead magnet right now that is not like your typical, like, oh, it's a 2-page PDF checklist. It's going to be like a monster of like something that should be sold, but it's like, no, hey, here's what it is. It's like a 49-step thing. Like, I guess in all actuality, I guess it is a checklist, but it's like, here's 7 areas you can improve. Here's 7 things you can improve in that area to make like a 49-step. Hey, if you can do all this, you'll be much better off than you would be. So doing something like that. I do have a few other ideas for lead magnets, implementation challenges, so to speak, just stuff. But I want to set that up. After that, I want to kind of figure out exactly, I guess this goes with what I was talking about, like pricing earlier. It's like, all right, how much do I actually want to charge? Because I don't want to be, Timmy $2,000 a month. It's like, I'm looking more for like, hey, we'll get this up and running in like 2 months and it'll be like $25,000. Like that range. As opposed to like, as I just said, a few thousand or a few $100. But I have an idea for doing like different levels of, interaction as far as like, of course there's done for you. It's like, hey, we'll get in and do it all. The DIY, which is, hey, here's what we would have done. We'll just give it to you and you can implement it yourself if you have somebody on your team that is fluent in whatever CRM you're using. Basically an expansion of that 49-step checklist is saying, hey, here's what you need to do. Here's exactly what you need to do. And I can also take that, break it up into individual modules and sell those as well. And again, I'm not trying to do like $5, $10. Like, no, like it's still going to cost you like $2,000 for the do-it-yourself. And individual modules would be like $400 a piece or something like that. Like real money, not, and even, depending on who's watching this might even sound like, oh, you're too small, whatever. But like compared to what I've been doing previously, which was like pseudo B2B, which is more like B2, it was B2B, but it was like that, the business to business in quotes was more like a single member LLC that was trying to make money online type shit. Which, that's just B2C, but disguised as an opportunity to make money. And I don't want to do that. So that's what I have as far as ideas for the kind of core offering. Of course, I can also offer like consulting and doing audits and things like that. And then affiliate will probably always be a part of any business I start, just because it's such a simple way to add to the bottom line. I can throughout the website, if I start doing like content like the best CRMs for, I don't know, soap companies. I just got soap sitting right here. That could be something I can do. Or just, talking to companies like, oh, you don't even have one implemented, or you have, your CRM is X and Y and you need these other features. Well, here, this one has these features. You can switch here. They have like there's a way we can transfer your data over and it'll be a kind of seamless transition type thing. And then that's an affiliate link. And then, they purchase and I get, that commission every month, just to, again, add to the bottom line. So even if it's something like, oh no, like no clients, it's like, no, well, we're still making money because all those previous people that either worked with us or they might've just read something and purchased a piece of software, that income's still coming in. So there's that. I have a ton of different ideas for, income. But I'm just going to stick to these kind of things for now and, expand later on. Of course, content. I know that like this industry, niche, whatever you call it, is fucking competitive on the SEO front. Like, it's not a matter of, best dog toys for Chihuahuas. This is like, yeah, SEO is probably not going to be in the books for years to come. But I'm still going to be putting up articles, stuff like that, because I can turn around and use that for, my sales enablement, But I also want to combine that with video. My game plan really is record a video kind of like this, but a little bit more polished, you know what I mean? Actually have like a presentation, stuff like that, and then just transcribe that and turn it into a longer form article, embed the video into it, yada, 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 boom, have like real good content, not slap job AI bullshit, but like, hey, here's me talking about it. Here's the written part. It's good. Like it's very specific and for you. And then I just like creating calculators. One of my sites is just a pure calculator site, but it's all right. Some of my highest performing content I've ever created were just literally calculators on a page, and then like an explanation of what the calculator does and a link to an offer or whatever, and they crush. So I have a ton of ideas for calculators and setup. I already created a couple. I don't know, this marketing automation savings. Like, hey, here's your employees. Here's how much they cost. Here's how much they bring in. If you set up marketing automation, like realistically, how much do you think you can improve on their efficiency and their time saved, so they can work on other things as opposed to sending out individual emails or whatever. And then, hey, it's kind of like no brainer. Like, oh, you're gonna save this much money. You're gonna make this much money because those people are gonna be working on more like money earning tasks. It's kind of like, okay, it makes total sense to spend $30,000 on getting this implemented, that kind of thing. Because again, I'm not trying to do the Timmy 2,000 a month anymore. It's like, no, I want to let's make some serious money, hire people, all that kind of good shit. Yeah, I do have a few things on this. I didn't show this, but I'm going back to analog, and like I bought this big ass sketch pad to like write out my checklist of things I need to accomplish. That way it's just like underneath my keyboard, underneath my mouse. It's in front of me at all times. So even if I don't have an idea of what I want to be doing or whatever, it's like, nope, you can sit here and make the, sales pipeline velocity calculator. So that, and once kind of I have most of these things up and running, then I'll start, let me take it back a second. Content is going to be like last on here. Most because I want to have everything else situated. Like I don't want to make a video and then not have anything to pitch in the video. Like, oh, go to the website. Like, no, like, hey, this is about lead scoring. If you need whatever advice on lead scoring, which is shouldn't, but it's like, hey, here's these resources you can go to that are live right now. You can check them out. So that's why it's kind of last on the list. And in the future, like I have on here like email nurture like sequence like mapped out, but it's like I don't really need to do that until I actually start bringing people in, and nobody's coming in now. So I'm going to set up spend a couple hours setting up an email sequence, and it's not going to be used. Like no, that can be postponed until I start getting people to the site. And actual outreach. So when I created my job board, well, my old job board I sold back in like 2018, 19, whatever, like the way I made my first sales on there before I even had like people coming in organically was just simple cold email outreach. Hey, it's like I said earlier about the sales guy, like simple cold emails, 2, 3, 4 sentences long. In that case of the job board, it was like, hey, I just want to throw on your radar that I have this job board for architects. Check it out. And people would, click over, some would purchase. I very rarely got like a, fuck you, take me off your email list response. And if I did, it was just like, okay, like do not send. Keep the contact in there, but just do not send to that person ever again. And that's like such a fantastic way to drum up like sales. And you can't really do that when you're doing like B2C stuff. Whereas this, I can be like, all right, I want to go after people that are using, I don't know, Pipedrive. It's a CRM, a sales CRM. Like, well, there's software that, scrapes the web and finds users of Pipedrive. If they have a contact form on their site that's created with Pipedrive, boom, I can just sit there and get that. Here's a list of companies. Use another software to find contacts at that company and cold email them and start making some shit happen. So that's kind of that. I think I really, like I said earlier, I really enjoy like fucking around in CRMs. Like it's so fun to like set up something, test it, see like a damn near immediate, like you click a button, you hit go, and all of a sudden it's just like shit's working, shit's firing, and oh, look at that. A direct response, you know, from that being set up was this much money on the bottom line. So yeah, that's, I like doing this stuff. And fortunately I can also do like the content marketing, SEO, and all that kind of stuff for the business and try to draw people in that way. So that's kind of that. Frequency of videos moving forward, I don't know. I was contemplating doing something like daily, but actually like, hey, here's what I worked on, here's da 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 da. But it's like, well, you know, I don't work on this every day, and I also don't work on it, you know, Monday through Friday. It's usually like Tuesday through Saturday or Wednesday through Saturday, whenever the GF isn't or is working rather. So, you know, I want to start making videos again. It's just the frequency is, I don't know, maybe weekly, maybe I don't know, monthly. No, I'm just kidding. That's too infrequent. You guys got to watch the beard growth. But that's it. Bye.